Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is Jackie from Soulscribe Calligraphy, and welcome to today's Irish Wedding Chat. And we have the wonderful Michael Stedman, who's a classical guitarist, joining us this afternoon. And we're going to be treated to a little bit of music, and we're going to learn a little bit more about Michael. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Michael. Hey, Michael.
How are you? Thank you for having me today.
You are welcome. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. I'm enjoying lockdown. Lots of time to do more practice and work on my own repertoire.
Oh, yeah, that should be interesting, I'd say. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, forgive me. I'm just going to change over for this. Now, listen, let's take the opportunity to let everybody know a little bit about yourself, Michael. So introduce yourself to everyone. Tell them what you do and how you can help.
Okay, so I am a classical guitarist. I'm originally from Wicklow, but I currently live in Dublin. And I've studied classical guitar for 14, 15 years. And I have a degree in performance, classical guitar performance,
Wow.
from DIT, the Conservatory of Music and Drama. So I've been playing for a number of years professionally, and I've always been involved in some way in the wedding scene, playing for be it a ceremony or a reception, as well as other events across Ireland as well.
Wow. We met at an event. We can't quite remember where we met, but we definitely met at an event.
Absolutely, yeah.
But we also met at the Women's Inspire events. You play at the Women Inspire events, isn't that correct?
Yes, I Samantha is actually from the same area as me,
Ah,
and we just happened to connect on Twitter. Of course, the place where you make all these connections.
yeah,
And ever since then, she's invited me to play at the reception of all the Women's Inspired events. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm there at least twice a year playing at the events, and I get to meet all the incredible people that are walking through the door.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm only
I
joking.
don't think there's ever been an event that we haven't met at.
I know, like, yeah, I cannot remember. Like, it seems like every event we go to or I go to, I meet you there, you know.
Yeah,
Which is fun, really. Like, it's like, okay, Michael, you're here again.
it is. It's amazing how quickly you come to know people because we originally knew each other on Twitter, I think.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
then we just randomly met at an event. And of course, the Women's Inspire Network then
Yeah.
is our regular meetups and catch ups.
Yeah, exactly. So, listen, Michael, can you play us a little something just to give us an idea of your sound, your style, and I'll pop off screen while you play. Would you mind?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
Need to think of what to play now.
Something sweet.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go off street. I'll go off screen and allow you. And Valerie Coleman has just um, come on and saying hello. So hi, Valerie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, hello.
All right. Okay, I'm going to go off screen and allow you to play something for us. Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful.
No, there you go. So that was actually a piece by an Irish composer named Dara O'Neill, who briefly taught me, and I actually met at a gig that I played in Cornucopia
Wow.
in Dublin. So he very kindly actually sent me out a book of his music, which I'm now working through a couple of his pieces. Because as you can hear, that was quite a really atmospheric piece.
Yeah, it was. It was. Sharon has left a lovely comment for you. She just said, just beautiful, Michael, such control. So that's a lovely comment. Yeah. Oh, lovely. So tell us a little bit more, Michael, because last night during our Q&A, you happened to mention working with people with special needs. Can you expand on that a little bit for me?
Yeah, so I suppose from my teenage years, I've dealt a lot with kids that would have special needs of some sort. My aunt was originally set up this camp up in the north, a music camp for Williams syndrome, which would be it's a very interesting syndrome where they're quite sensitive to sound.
Okay.
Um, so the music camp was a great way to kind of help them learn new instruments and develop a better relationship with music and sound. So I originally started off volunteering, and then as I got older, I moved on to teaching. So that was my first kind of dipping my toe into teaching special needs.
Wow.
And it's a completely different ball game in terms of what goals you're trying to achieve, how you approach different things. Um, so ever since then, I've continued kind of pursuing teaching kids that would have a difficulty of some sort, whether it's physical or mental. Um, and I find it could be hit and miss in terms of it could be a challenge or it could be the easiest thing in the world. But I've yet to come across many that would find it too hard to actually play the guitar because there are many things you can do. You can even simple things as strumming chords. That's kind of the baseline that most people would want to learn, and a lot of kids that would be on the spectrum would have the coordination to be able to actually do that. But even for those that wouldn't have physical coordination, the guitar can be tuned um, so that each string is a note, and then when you strum the open strings, you get a chord. So in order
Oh,
to
great.
sing a song, you just have to flatten your finger across the strings. So I have a child that is autistic, severely autistic, and he struggles to kind of get the whole shape. So we've done that with his guitar. We've changed the tuning, and all he has to do now to play songs is just put his finger across.
That's excellent.
And the whole idea was to just get him into playing. We didn't really want to focus more so on make sure you get this right, make sure you get that right. We just want
Yeah.
people to play and for him to enjoy. And since then, I've been now teaching, I think, for 2 years. He's actually
Wow.
playing classical guitar now as well. So I have him playing pieces that are a little bit more complex. So now he's able to play pieces that would involve a lot more technical movement. So it's been a very interesting 2 years to progress up to that point.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do more of that because I think it's really rewarding to see a child like that that would be verbal but not particularly verbal, to be able to communicate a lot better and play pieces that honestly at the beginning myself and his parents didn't think he would be able to do it. So he surprised all of us over the course of 2 years.
Wow, that's excellent. I'm guessing that music is one of those things that, for people with special needs, it actually opens up a new world for them. That's an assumption on my part, like, but I
Oh,
am an
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I'm currently going in and volunteering at a special needs school down in Wicklow, where I just go in for half an hour to teach class and I just play and sing with them and do simple kind of body percussion rhythmic exercises and the joy on their face, even though some of them might not be able to participate as much, it's the
Yeah.
fact that it's happening and they are being included because
Yeah.
music is very inclusive. Um, what's for another subject.
Yes.
So it is a great way to include people, regardless of their ability or level, and
Yeah.
there's something for everyone out there. And
Yeah.
it's a joy seeing kids that even the teachers be like they've been so unresponsive, and here they are smiling and moving to the music, which you wouldn't
Fabulous.
normally. So it's incredible, especially when you work with a lot of them for a while. You start seeing the big changes that can happen.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's almost a subject that we could sit and talk about for an hour in itself, because
Yeah,
I'm sure, like, from a music standpoint and from a teaching standpoint, there is a lot that you can cover in that
yeah,
particular.
absolutely.
So I know you just put your guitar down, but I'm going to ask you to pick it up again.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you to play us something that sort of resonates with you with regards to the topic we just spoke about. And I'm going to go off screen again.
Ooh.
No.
No pressure on. Okay, I get it.
Okay. Right, I'm going off screen.
Great.
Lovely, Michael. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm biased.
That was from a film, a Japanese film called My Neighbor Totoro,
Mhm.
which, as you can hear, is quite a lively piece. It's a really nice one. Um, so that's kind of the different, trying to span a couple of different genres. But it's a nice upbeat one that I play for most of the kids that I would be teaching, or even my nieces and nephews as well. I play for.
Lovely, lovely. That brings me on to a sort of another question that I want to ask you, and that is about your guitar lessons, because you do give guitar lessons
Yeah.
normally in person, one-to-one, from what I understand.
Yeah.
But during the restrictions, you had to pivot. Can you tell us a little bit about how you pivoted and what you did?
Yeah, so I've been very lucky with the music schools that I've been in. They've kind of all sorted most of the technical issues that would happen, but most kind of have went for Zoom, and I went for Zoom myself, because it's a very easy platform to use, and even the screen sharing option was great. So I did lose a couple of students from home, but I completely understandable given the situation. But many have been great in changing over and working with me, to provide lessons, and to keep it some semblance of a routine going in this bizarre time.
Yeah.
So it's been relatively easy, and I've enjoyed being able just to not have to travel in order to teach. You able to sit there and have everything I need, because sometimes you arrive into work and like, I forgot a book, I forgot this, I forgot that. Whereas now everything's on my fingertips, just on the laptop alone. versus all the books that I would have here. So
Yeah.
in terms of having materials ready, great, it's been fantastic.
Excellent.
But obviously with internet connections, and then some kids would find it quite difficult to learn via this kind of method. So it's presented a completely different set of challenges. I have to
Right.
say my ear has definitely developed a lot because you're listening more so than watching sometimes because the
Yeah.
sound lagging. So you
Mm.
can't see the you can't see the mistake when it happens. You hear it before you see it. So you know
Right. Right.
where exactly it is.
Yeah.
Um,
I heard that was one of the difficulties was the time lapse. You know.
Absolutely. So even playing along with students has become exceptionally difficult. It's got to the
Mm.
point of because a lot of them be learning chords and they
Right.
won't sing while they play, which means that I don't know where they are. I don't know if they're keeping time because they're doing their own little thing. So I have to sing. So I have to count myself in and sing. And then I can just hear them coming in with chord changes. And I have to guess how late they are every time, whether
Right.
they've got it on time or whether they're a little bit too late.
Right.
So
Right.
it's a really interesting, it's a fun challenge. It's really made
I'd
my
say so.
my brain work a lot more.
Damn it, we have to work.
Absolutely. But there have been, look, some kids have surprisingly taken very well to it as well. I've
Yeah.
seen a great improvement on their work and how well they're progressing. And then there's others that I'm just like, I can't wait to get back into a classroom with you to be able to properly work because I know you're not doing the work at the moment.
You're always going to get students like that, though, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to, because I listened to you and I watched you on Instagram when you did your Instagram lives. How did that go for you?
So that was very nice actually because a lot of my students would follow me on Instagram. So it was very nice to be able to let them hear me play because typically if I were to do a concert in person, it wouldn't suit timetables or it'd be too far away. So it'd be very rare for my students to actually get to hear me play.
Okay.
And it's really important for me that they hear me play in a different context that isn't the lesson. They need to understand that I am a professional, that this is another element of what I do. I want to be an artist teacher.
Yeah.
Um, so doing it on Instagram Live presented a bigger possibility. I think I had someone from Italy talking to me afterwards about it and asking me questions. And the nice thing is, there's not as much setup. There's no worry. As long as I have a good program and know what I'm doing,
Yes.
then so yeah, there's a lot of possibilities with it. So unfortunately, I haven't done too many because I feel it
Well,
will become a big commitment. The longer you do it, the bigger the commitment becomes.
yeah.
But I would love to do a few more now over the summer.
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of says to me, Michael, will you play us another tune, please?
Absolutely, yeah, no problem.
I'm going off screen.
Yeah. Uh, sorry, bear with me.
Such is the beauty of playing live, huh?
The pressure is very real.
Sorry about the pressure.
I do practice as well. I do enjoy it.
Yeah, it's lovely to hear you. You know, I love to hear your guitar music, you playing anyway, because yeah. Okay, right. Let's go on to talking a little bit more about what you can do for weddings and events, because we spoke about sort of meeting at events in the first place. You and I did, or rather, we met on Twitter and then we met on at events.
Yeah, so I suppose it depends on the event that you want that you're doing. So I played for like that Women's Inspire Network, which was quite a corporate event, and that opens up a lot of possibilities in terms of what I can play. So it gives you the option to play lovely background music, like the first piece that I played, or play something like the last piece I played there, which will be a little bit more of a concert piece that will be a little bit more flashy, shall we say. So I do very much enjoy opportunities to do that because I run through pieces that I may not have played before for a public. And when I'm playing for background to kind of serenade all the people coming in and to create the atmosphere, I love to try out some of those pieces to see how people react to them.
Yeah,
So a lot of my job is actually people watching while I'm playing
yeah,
and hearing, if I get a lot of comments on one piece, then I know kind of what area to keep my playing in.
yeah,
So it's funny enough, it's a lot of body language, a lot of psychology. Could you say is that the word I'm looking for? Reading,
maybe.
reading people's body language.
Reading people, yeah.
If I catch someone's eyes and like how long they've been watching, if
Mm,
they happen to look at me, if I catch three or four, then I'm obviously doing something right. There's something
yeah.
there that like, oh, I hear that. I want to see where
Mm.
that's coming from.
And
Um,
listening to a classical guitarist as you're coming in to an event or a wedding, because you played at Sam's wedding as well, and it was absolutely beautiful. I have to say, I still remember it. You know, it does set the stage because one of the things the words you mentioned was serenade, like
yeah,
So I'm going to ask you because this is something we touched on real quick yesterday on the Twitter chat, and that was learning how to play for your wedding. To serenade your bride or your husband
yeah.
with a surprise. So to tell us a tiny little bit more about that.
So I have yet to have someone actually do it. I think it's quite a daunting task for a lot of people. But I have had people get lessons for wedding anniversaries or even just for their partner in general, to get them back into doing something that they love. Because a lot of people have played guitar in the past. In terms of pieces and stuff like that, it really depends on what kind of song you like. If you are comfortable singing, then you will have no problem learning, a couple of basic chords. I'm learning four chords, and you can play most songs. Um,
Right.
so there's definitely plenty of opportunity there. And I would say it's what's the word I look for? Um, Yeah, there's definitely it's a very much a doable project. If you're looking to do
Okay.
something a little bit more complicated, like I see we just had a request there for Deer Hunter,
Yeah.
so if
Sharon.
it's more complex like that, it will take a lot more time. But there are ways around it. So I don't know if I have the music on me at the moment. I definitely need it. But there's a top line melody and then there's background. So I can work together with a couple or one person should they want to play at their own wedding, to play a little serenade maybe at the first before the first dance or before during the speeches. They can play the melody and I'll play the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
So it
And
adds another complexity.
right, can I ask you, because the question that's coming into my head is the first dance. And normally you'd have the band, okay?
Yeah.
From recollection, you have the band. But last night you touched very quickly on doing the tango.
Yeah.
And I kind of partial to a bit of salsa, a bit of tango, a bit of Latin music. So, is that something you can do for weddings or anniversaries, and just for the first dance to do something totally different, totally original, and have you playing the guitar, say the tango or something along those along that sort of genre, and have the couple dance? Would that be something you can do? And if you can, would you play us a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I did actually have a couple want to do that before. Now the song that they asked for wasn't suitable for guitar really. In terms of, it was a little bit too. They'd only give me 2 weeks notice, so there was a lot of learning to be able to have that song at a standard that would have been perfect for them to dance along with. But there are definitely plenty of songs. I know plenty of waltzes and things like that that would be perfect for a first dance. What I would recommend if you are going down that route is to contact your supplier or contact me. I'll have a chat with you about it to get maybe a recording of it from the supplier, from the performer, or even have a version online and practice with that and meet up with your musician beforehand to practice with them playing, because it's a completely different ball game. With a recording, there's going to be no changes. If you're doing it live, there's going to be, the musician can make a slip up here and there, or if you miss the beat, the musician might try to join in with you guys again. So there's a lot more variables. But if it's done well and if you do it correctly by communicating really well with your musician, then it can be really, really magical.
I'd say so. Sharon just left a comment saying, "At least I didn't ask for deliverance." Oh, you're getting your first song. The songbook's coming out, Sharon. You might get it, yeah.
You might. As you can see, this is my wedding / smaller events folder. So I have a load of different things in this.
Excellent.
I don't seem to have the one that I want.
Oh, not to worry.
I have loads. I don't stop me now. I want to break free. So there's definitely a lot of options if you're looking for anything and everything. It's definitely doable.
Okay.
Okay. No, I can't find it, but that is definitely.
Maybe you could do something and pop it up on Facebook or Instagram later and tag us, or Twitter even, and tag us, and and we can share it with Sharon. She's poised and present, so you were actually chatting to her last night. And Valerie is other mummies, I think. I can't remember straight off, so do correct me, Valerie, if I'm wrong. But you were talking to both Valerie and Sharon last night. So we will let them know that you've put it up, and then they can listen to you. So I'm going to ask you, Michael, would you mind playing us out and with something? And I don't know what.
Actually, I know what I can do. Give you a little flashback to Sam's wedding.
Oh, okay.
Can't Help Falling in Love.
Okay, lovely. Lovely.
After a lovely chat about weddings.
Yeah. And I will go off screen. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And please do share this. I'm going to go off screen and allow Michael to play us out. Thank you.